gonna take a moment. You're gonna Yeah. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Wet Sock Podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Val.
Welcome to the podcast. What are you
talking about? I was here last time.
We'd like to welcome our first official
third
person. I don't know how to say that. Our third host.
Third seat.
But she was here on the second episode, and I didn't introduce her because I'm a moron.
Asshole.
I know.
Last time she sat behind the mic. Now she's like in front of it. So.
I know.
Yeah.
The world is my oyster.
It is.
Everybody got fresh socks on?
Yes.
Yes.
So basically,
that needs to go on a T-shirt.
We could do that. Just have
Have you told them the story of the T-shirts you made us?
Oh wait,
should I go get
let's
it?
pee together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go grab that if you want. I'm gonna keep talking while
Visual aid for a podcast.
So
I love it.
I know it'll like give it perspective for us and our one listener, which is us.
Yeah. Well, I listen to us. So that's 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 2.5 of our subscribers.
Exactly. So we were doing like that classic thing that was happening during the pandemic, which was like Jackbox games like on a video call.
Well, it was either that or make sourdough bread.
Yeah. Or like get drunk. What are you doing tonight? Just drinking again. I hate my life.
I accidentally made 24 loaves of sourdough bread again. Oh my god.
No, well, like, because
it's like shitty Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's. Jackbox.
So this is from Jackbox. So
no.
Okay, so the people that are listening to this, which is just us after, we were doing the game, like the T-shirt decorating one. And so basically, you had to give a prompt, like 6 sentences. Mm-hmm. And the people on the call like weren't as exciting, and I was trying to like do something really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to think of like all these creative ideas to send people. All of my sentences were just "let's pee together," and this guy, the guy reading it, he was like, they all say the same thing, and his wife was just like, well, just choose it. Come on. So he chose it, and then Val drew it. So it's this, it's this tree thing, and it's a smiling tree, and it just says, let's pee together.
It's really, really shitty drawn palm tree with giant googly eyes.
It's a chipper palm tree.
It's a very happy palm tree that's not urinating, but he's like staring down at you like
while you pee on him.
Yeah, like while you're urinating, because like for some reason, at least in dog code, it's like you see a tree and it's like, oh, I gotta piss on it.
The tree could be into that sort of thing too. You don't know.
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
It might. Like toilets probably love that shit. Yes. I wasn't planning that.
All right, T-shirt number 2.
Toilets love that shit.
Dirty ass toilet, yay!
I actually
fill me up.
There was a game we had when I was little. It was a toilet.
Fill the toilet by Hasbro. Oh no! I went to Taco Bell. Oh, you win. I had bad Chinese food.
I don't remember.
Me and
what
my
it
siblings
called.
would just drop turds one another.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, show it to him.
Yeah. Oh god, I've heard
That
of this
wasn't
game.
it. That wasn't it though.
Flush and Frenzy. Who the fuck makes that game?
Shoot the poop. It's got like little
shoot the poop.
launchers. Oh, this might have been it. No, that's not it.
Shoot the poop.
No, I've heard of this game. It's like, don't you literally have to like plunge turds out of the toilet? Oh god.
Hasbro toilet trouble game.
That's from Hasbro?
There is.
I
Yeah.
fucking called it. Did I not just call that?
You did.
I called it.
You could have said Milton Bradley or anything, but no, Hasbro.
There was
That's
another
unbelievable.
one though.
There's another shitting game like Milton Bradley's like Hasbro's got a shitting game.
You ever see the game
We
with the
need to
shitting...
compete with them.
Yeah. You ever see the game with the shitting dog? Like No, I'm serious. It's like you put like this silly putty in and you pump the collar and like you have to get
every time you squeeze it the dog gets lower. He's just squatting more and more, and it comes out fast.
that dog
No,
filter
it's
that
like-
cracks you up.
It's like
raise your
air powered. It's like the same idea as remember Don't Wake Daddy, where you got to push the alarm clock and the dad wakes up in bed. Picture them put a shit coming out of a dog's ass. It's like you roll a die. It's like you pump like the leash thing 3 times. Like the turn stitches out of his ass.
Okay,
Oh, no,
listen.
it's stuck.
It's like this weird silly putty material. You can't use Play-Doh because that just constipates him.
Listen to this review.
All right, we got to review
Comes up with the toilet game.
the turd trouble.
Needs to check squirter, not throwing expected wet.
Squirter and wetter in the
This
same
game is
sentence.
fun, but the family I gave it to works, but they have a big squirt and got a mist.
They were expecting a big squirt. I've never it usually
Oh,
is
no.
just not something you look forward to when you're shitting.
A
No.
big squirt.
Yeah,
No.
like that's definitely you had like bad fast food or like bad.
Well, like you were saying, it's like, oh no, I just ate Taco Bell.
Yeah, so you would win that game technically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you do? Like, do you shit the best, and then you're going around the board like
Well-
Candyland or
well,
something?
there's-
And it's like, instead of like,
You roll one die to determine how many times you got to flush, and then you roll another one to determine consistency.
no, it would be funny. Like, how Candyland has those things that's like go back to whatever place it is.
Oh yeah, go back to the candy
the
cane
candy
forest
cane
or whatever.
thing.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what would be funny? That board game, it's like, oh no, he had Pepto Bismol. Oh, Imodium AD. It's just like they can't shit anymore for like a couple of minutes. But then you land on one spot and it's like
Taco Bell.
Delcolax, and it's just
Oh,
like,
no.
oh, you move 30 spaces up because
So-
they have that in Candyland too.
What, Delcolax?
No, yeah, they do, but they have the thing that like spreads you out. It progresses you further up the board. That's the correct way to
Thank
say
you,
it.
Matt. Progresses you further up the board. Got
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Do we got any more good reviews of that game?
No, but I think I found the
Disappointment?
one I had. I think it was called Big John.
Wow.
Big John.
Like I'm going to the John.
While
Yeah.
you're looking for that reminds me.
Who's John?
I gotta be
If
very
I-
careful what I Google here.
Yes, you do.
That reminds me though. When I was
Flush and burp game.
when I was like 20, there was the review for like. You remember that commercial for Extends, the penis enlargement pill?
The dude fucking smiling all
Yeah.
the time.
I think that was Viagra, but like there was one for Extends that was on Comedy Central,
Okay.
and because I would watch it with like South Park. Or something.
Yes, this is it.
So
Sorry.
the reviews, like the ones you're reading,
Mm-hmm.
people just decided to hijack the forums, and they just decided
no.
to start talking like Dragon Ball Z characters.
Oh,
So it's
no.
like Vegeta was in the comments, and he's like, "My penis is so large now. I take the Extends, and I can just my power level's unbelievable. Like I can crush Kakarot with my penis." And then like there will be a reply to it, and it's Goku, and it's like, "Call me Goku, and my penis is like 3 times the size of yours. There's no fucking way you could be like just everyone's doing like Frieza
My
comes
penis
in."
is tripled in strength.
Like perfect, like perfect
Have
Cell.
to pull it on a wagon behind me.
Like perfect Cell comes out of nowhere. It's like, have you seen my penis? It's 10 feet long. Mm-hmm. So
It's like reminds me of that bot that they had in when we had Rick Nash.
oh,
Bruins Reddit.
Rick the
Big Dick Rick.
Big Dick Rick. That's what it was.
And they had a bot that would add like so many inches, so that by the end of the time he was here, it was like Big Dick Rick's penis is now 69,542 inches long, or something like that.
I think
Wow.
if you hit like exclamation point Big Dick Rick or something.
It was exclamation point BDR.
Meteor.
yeah.
Yes,
Big
exactly.
Dick Richards.
Yes.
What was the game you said?
Big John,
Big John.
Big John.
and you had to flush the scuzzies down the toilet.
Scuzzies.
They're like these little plastic booger-looking things.
Just call it shit at that point.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Scuzzy sounds more like disgusting
Yeah.
than shit.
It sounds.
Oh my god.
Scuzzy sounds like a euphemism for semen. It just sounds.
It
it's
does.
Disgusting.
It's because of skeet.
Yeah, skeet, scuzzies.
Which reminds me, that sport is called skeet shooting.
Oh, yeah.
How the fuck did they come up with that one? Because literally skeet shooting is also jacking
Shooting
off.
skeet.
It's
Well,
from
that-
your,
It's
your
like that
male
goes back to
organ.
what you're saying about how everything is just a dick measuring
We're
contest,
going
like
skeet
the
shooting.
the rockets
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. Like,
how big the the perfect shape of the missile
yeah.
is a penis.
It's got that nice phallic shape.
Yeah. I mean,
But that reminds me of that classic. I gotta read this poem.
Is it a dick poem? Go ahead.
oh, I know.
Skeet, 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 skeet makes love to his wife and gets that skeet, 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 skeet. Sorry about that. The skeet, skeet what? Skeet, skeet can't say.
Oops.
Holy shit.
It turns off automatically if you don't, yeah.
That's amazing.
I didn't mean to interrupt your poetry.
No,
slam there.
my
I mean,
poem
tell
is
me
bad.
this is not a giant penis.
Oh, yeah. I guess we can talk about this.
What, the penis rocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is what it is.
So something that happened while between the second and third episode of this podcast is the race to space for rich people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Bezos, who his head actually does look like a penis. He has the not that all bald guys look like a penis, but like his, I don't know. He just has like that weird deformed eye thing, and like it basically just says you're a penis. And
He's got
that's
that
really
weird
good.
slit in the top of his head too.
Yeah, it's like fluid comes out of there when
Yeah,
he's
he
like,
only sweats
like
out of one
he's
giant pore in the
perspirating.
middle of his head.
There's a giant vein.
Oh, what a dickhead.
What a dickhead. It was just funny listening because they brought the lead engineer up on the on like the broadcast,
Uh-huh.
and he was talking about the whole thing, and he was just like, if you look at this compartment, it's like the shaft of this thing is designed this way, and he's calling it by parts you would describe as the penis, and it's like
There are so many dirty terms in engineering.
yeah,
Like, it's not even... Well, it is funny. It's always funny.
it is
And
funny.
then at the base of the rocket, we have these two large balls.
We couldn't really come up with a name with this, but we did end up with scrotum.
Right.
And the nose... We have this, like, little cover for the tip of the rocket. We call it the foreskin.
It's retractable.
But
And sometimes we just cut it right off. Like,
that's the
we'll
other
turn it
Not
down.
every
thing.
rocket has them.
yeah, some of the other space agencies don't have them, and they're more aerodynamic.
It's all those European space agencies that have it still.
Yeah, they're just against it, but just give it a nice little zoop. But don't have a party for it. So Alex, what have you been up to since the last podcast? Which I don't remember the date of. We're gonna assume the month of October.
Either do I. We do just a bang up job managing this podcast, don't we?
Yes.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't really have a whole lot to report on my end.
We passed the PE exam.
That's fantastic. Maybe you should explain what that is.
So, for anyone that doesn't know the PE exam, which is going to be weird because most of our friends are engineers, and they're probably either taking it or have taken it. If you're one of the few people, like me, that has taken the PE exam, it's a test that basically, the first half of it revisits the first 4 years of college, basically. Or your entire engineering curriculum, rather, not the first 4 years. And it's a 4-hour test for the first half. 8 hours total, so there's like 4 hours over general engineering, and then 4 hours over your specific topic. So Alex took the transportation portion of the PE exam, and I took the structural portion, also known as the goddammit portion of this fucking test.
Yeah, no, they designed this. They designed the structural one so it's like impossible to pass.
Yeah, like you look at the passing rates, and oh god, July 29th. Jesus Christ.
Oh boy. Okay, so July 29th.
July
Okay.
29th.
Oof.
But I'll continue to explain this. So
Right.
So then you have 4 hours of just depth questions related to your topic. Now, when you look at the website that governs this, they're like, oh, it's transportation 70%, water resources 70% passing rate, geotech like 65-70% passing rate. structural 45 to 50%. It's like, why? Why are you doing that?
Why you chose to be a structural engineer?
It's so fucking terrible.
Why though?
I don't like, because I like math, but it's
Nerd.
I know. It's so bad.
Frickin' nerd.
They just ask you like the dumbest fucking questions though. It's just like, like if you're a bridge designer, none of the questions are geared towards you.
No,
Basically, the entire second half of that exam is like buildings. If you're doing this in a building, they might ask like 2 out of 40 questions or bridge, and it's like, what's a bridge? It's like, okay, well, I got that one.
Then you got them conceptual questions that are just like, if I was to place a piece of wood in a vacuum.
Yeah, if I was going to do this, what would it say about the column and the compressive strength in the column?
Because that's totally something you experience at work every day.
Yeah, and it's like a trigger. It's like, oh, they said it's in a vacuum, which means I can nullify these factors.
Because when I'm doing work in space.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's like in physics when they say ignore friction. Like, when can you ignore friction? There is
know.
no real world application where that would actually happen.
Right.
Ignore friction for a moment here. A car's driving,
Yeah.
and the driver's a little bit buzzed. He's taking a left onto this kind of curve. The angle of the curve is 54 degrees.
What should the super elevation on this curve be?
What is the carrying
So,
capacity?
Well, what
of
was he
food?
drinking beforehand?
Ooh, let's see.
Well, as a college student, he had like 35 natty lights.
Oh, goodness.
So he can still drive as his stomach doesn't feel well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
really
was
has to pee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He's really... that's going to increase his speed by the I got a piss coefficient.
Oh, yeah. No, you apply a coefficient to the equation. It's like, how many beers did he have? Like 35.
How many
so
beers did he have?
that's
What kind
like-
of beers did he have?
that's like
It's
a 2.5 multiplier.
Yeah, like homeboy could have been drinking Natty Lights. He could have been pounding like Dogfish Head 90 minutes like I used to do in college, like an idiot.
Yeah.
Brutal.
That's your dinner.
Rest in peace.
Some of those beers can be so filling.
Yes, especially a nice hefty stout.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how we did this. This is probably how I gained so much weight in college. We would have like those nights where once we moved out of the dorms, it was cool to like host your friends over and cook like a really cool hearty meal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, we're doing lasagna night. You bring your friends over, and they all bring these stouts that are like 3,000%, and they all have these stupid names like from the back of your asshole stout, and it's like, or it's like feel the girth stout, and it's like, you know, Dr. Platypus stout.
Dude, I got this really strong stout. It's called the Devil's Taint.
That's probably one. That probably sounds like one. I mean, that probably is one. It's ridiculous. It's just like, I ran over your dog yesterday stout. It's just like, oh, that's heavy. Yeah, you gotta try it.
12% with like notes of licorice and peppercorns.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like,
Oh, that's the worst when they advertise. It's like made with like graham crackers, whipped cream, chocolate, and like strawberries or something, and it tastes like
Ass.
gasoline.
it's
Yeah,
just-
exactly.
It's just pure alcohol. And it's like,
Yeah.
there's no. I'm like, where the fuck are the strawberries in this?
Yeah.
Like, tell me right now where the strawberries are. Like, I wanted strawberries.
We're going to Untap.
But, like-
Snozberries taste like snozberries.
Oh,
We are the music makers.
yeah. I do read the reviews, but Beer Advocate also has.
These are really awfully pretentious ones.
Yeah,
That shit cracks me up so much.
it's
Could
like
you make like an anti-beer advocate?
you could.
What would that be called? Like,
It would just be the simplest thing. It would just be like, what was this beer? Beer.
yeah,
Exactly.
Like,
over.
How'd it taste?
Good.
But then for the really shit.
it's like a dating
Awkward
profile
pause.
thing. It's just like, how are you doing today? Good.
Good.
Oh, thanks. Well, I'm doing.
What do you like to do? I like dogs, camping, traveling.
The Office.
I
The
like
Office.
food.
Yep. Yeah, sushi.
The key to my heart is food.
Yep.
No shit.
If you don't like sushi,
Go fuck
go
yourself.
fuck yourself.
Right.
Stupid piece of shit.
Fucking
You
should
uncultured
not-
swine.
You should not go out with me. Not's gotta have the 2 asterisks around.
Oh
it.
yeah.
You should not go out with me if you hate sushi. Wow, glad it's a deal breaker.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, think about this. How much is the average sushi plate?
No fucking clue, because I don't eat it.
Exactly. That's why I love you. I'm sorry.
I love you.
100.
No.
100 bucks. They bring out like this boat.
Dude, where are
that's
you
like
going for sushi where a plate costs $100?
I don't know.
'Cause you
I'm
don't go
making
for
this
sushi.
exactly. I'm making this up, but I feel like I was expecting things to come out of the piano.
No, the cat
just-
noise is if someone makes a horrible joke.
Yeah.
Ah.
I
I'll
don't
turn it
know.
on
just
because I
I was
feel
gonna say you
uncomfortable.
should be ready.
charred.
That's the noise my keyboard makes when it starts up every time. You can't bypass it. So let me just set this to cat
fantastic.
setting. You know, for all our faithful listeners that
All
know
our
from the last-
faithful
all
listeners
two of them.
that remembered the two cat noises.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. That's perfect.
Yes.
Someone make a bad pun just to test it out.
That. Oh, what was that one I said earlier about the shit in the toilet? The toilets love that shit.
That was a low G cat. That's an old cat.
That's a good one. Yeah. That
Low
cat-
G or OG?
No.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
They should do like two next to each other.
They're both talking to each other like this fucking asshole. Like can't even tell a joke.
Ugh. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut off your sushi rant there, but
No, this deviated heavily from the PE exam.
Yeah, you didn't even get to the part where you're like...
that's okay. We'll circle back.
We passed the exam, which
Ooh,
is
circle
fucking
back
great.
corporate speak.
Congratulations, Alex. Even though I even though I said this about 7 months ago now. At this point, I was so pumped passing that.
Well, yeah.
I failed twice because I may have been in a bad situation, which I won't name, but I was not given...
Your socks were wet.
My socks were wet when I tried the study, and I was not permitted dry socks by my employer.
Dobby has given...
That's one
Master has
hell
given
of an
Dobby a
analogy.
That's one hell of an analogy. And
You're
then,
making wet socks sound like a euphemism.
I know, but I went to a different employer, and they gave very dry socks, and I was able to dedicate time towards studying, and I passed handily. Like, you know that feeling when you know you passed? Like, I finished an hour early
Mm-hmm.
in each section,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, I fucking dominated this. Like, I crushed this fucking thing.
Destroyed it.
I
Obliterated
yeah,
it.
like
Made it your bitch.
I was remembering questions after the exam, and I'm just like, this is the answer. This is how I did it. I'm like talking to myself in the car, like
Mhm.
like just trying to convince myself I passed. But I did.
See, I'm one of those people where I like. Maybe I'm a little superstitious. Maybe I'm just stitious. But I
am a little...
didn't
Hit the
tell.
cat button. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm always terrified of jinxing myself, so I gave everybody very like neutral, almost official political statement answers,
Alex, how was the test?
and to which I would say,
It
well,
was a test.
to which I would say, I completed the questions in the allotted time. I'm not even fucking joking. I was Did I feel like I passed? Possibly. Did I feel like I failed?
Possibly.
I didn't walk out of there feeling like $1,000,000, but I also didn't walk out of there feeling like a worthless piece of shit. I'm just like, because I have the tendency to overthink everything. So I'm just like, that would suck if I had a false sense of confidence. So I'm just going to err on the side of caution and just think very neutrally of it. But yeah, none of that matters because I passed.
Exactly. Exactly.
Heyo.
Like, oh my god, what a moment.
This is your moment.
Oh my god, the fucking they use that song so much on fucking commercials or any ears, yes, so much on fucking commercials on about anything. It's like this. It's like my parents died, and I have to grow up and save them, and it's like a shitty version of Batman, and it's just like he's getting dressed, and it's like. Dun, 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 dun,
I was about to say, let me stop you
dun.
right there. Let's get that song queued up. And for the full effect.
Can we do this? Yeah. Oh, no, they're not going to copyright it. They're going to be like, oh, we're the only listeners.
We're not going to play the whole song. We're just going to play, like, you know.
Like 1 second of it.
You're
going to have to...
Give the audience a taste.
That's got to be like a soundboard thing.
Yeah, exactly. It could be, one of the many things in our customizable soundboard.
But, like, think about how overplayed this fucking Macklemore song is. I can't even... What's the actual name of the song?
Who? There it is.
It's like, this summer, his parents were murdered, but he's coming back in a Batman costume, and he's gonna crush the Joker. It's like,
and so on.
It's just like that. It's just like every single fucking commercial like has that.
Which one do they have more though? That or Thunder by Imagine Dragons?
That one.
I mean, Thunder's an obnoxious song, but I feel like that one has that one's in more commercials. Yeah.
I feel like that one's in more like.
I want to say, wasn't it just like in a car commercial or something? Like what the
hell? It was. So do that again. It's just like
it's like you get the badass driving around in the Subaru.
It's just so vroom, and it's like this woman driving around the corner, and she's clutching these corners, and she's like, "No, I'm not going to go to work today. I'm going to drive right into the forest and cross this stream." And it's just like
gravelly road.
Like the new Nissan Xterra. So
with all-wheel drive.
With the all-new all-wheel drive Nissan Xterra. Fuck work. Go into the woods. And it's just like...
How the hell are you going to explain it to your boss the next time?
Like, where were you? We had a presentation to make.
So I love how these people work in cities, but yet they're four-wheeling through, like, fucking Washington State. Like the deep woods.
Yeah. Like, all the commercials take place in the city. And then they're on a cliff.
And they don't even actually film them though, because we've looked at this before, right? We've looked at the if you look at the reflection on the cars.
Oh yeah,
it's not real.
It's all green screen.
Yeah,
I can't say I'm surprised. That's how like every single movie is made now.
Can you? I couldn't. That's why I couldn't be an actor, because you're sitting there in a car, and they're like, pretend you're having the fucking time of your life. I've been dealing with depression for so long. Like, I don't know how... I don't know how to have a time of my life. Like, I'm not excited. Like, I'm just sitting there like, oh... Like, I'd be in the car, right? And I'd just be like, oh... I don't hate myself today. This is so good. And they're like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be, like, on a Sunset Drive? Yeah.
You look over, there's just aggressive green looking back at you.
There's this pit of darkness behind me. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm
play the cats.
I'm vetoing that.
You got mugged by cats on that one. Oh my god.
All shapes and sizes of cats.
That is called getting catty with that fucking idea.
Wow. That gets catted.
They just said wow.
Oh wait, exactly. That's how good it was.
Exactly.
Getting caddied.
So,
wow.
Anything else happened since the month of July? In general, that you feel comfortable sharing?
I mean, not really. I gotta be honest with you. I haven't had any like major mind-blowing life events. I'm horrible when people ask me like, "What's new?" I'm terrible answering that question because I feel like I don't ever do anything that's like worthy of like a life update. It's like I'm always busy. I'm always like I'm always like seeing friends. I'm always hanging out with family. You know, I just thought of I actually came up with a good way to describe this. So like, last weekend I went down to visit one of my friends in Connecticut.
Yeah,
love this guy, but it's not like we're going on any sort of crazy adventures like hiking in the mountains and like skydiving
going to
or
Egypt.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like we're not going to Egypt or like cliff diving or nothing like that. It's like watching a movie with really good dialogue, but not a lot of action. It's really hard to describe to like somebody else the time that you had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like watching The Breakfast Club. You get sucked in with the dialogue, but it's not like there's any action sequences in that movie.
No.
You know? So it's like if I go to sum up my weekend, it'll be like, oh, I went down to see my friend in Connecticut. And you would need to know all this like backstory and lore in order for you to like fully appreciate the time.
That's why I hated the lunchroom conversations that occur basically with a group of people, because they're all trying to like celebrate what giant fucking event they did. But I can appreciate what you do because I know what you're doing, You have friends that you have built relationships with for decades. And then you have certain events and activities you do with them, and it's quality activities that you look forward to doing on like a weekend. So like work's over, boom, I'm going to contribute to a song, contribute to this podcast, contribute to like whatever hobby you're working on, new recipe. You're going to cook with your friends. Like those are like
you're going to cook your friends.
Yeah, those are wholesome.
Get in the oven.
Jeffrey Dahmer this fall. Play the Macklemore really quick.
It's not queued up anymore.
Have shit queued up.
Cue it. You have to have this queued up.
Just have your finger hovering over the play button because you never know when Matt's gonna drop a
I
reference.
know. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to keep it on there. So like this summer, Jeffrey Dahmer. He's gonna have his friends over for dinner. He was hungry, and they were willing as he ate their bodies. So, like...
I was about to say, like, but they didn't know.
But they
were the main course.
They were the main course. No.
Screaming.
But, like, those are wholesome experiences, and you've had plenty of those.
Sorry, I thought you were saying that eating your friends is a wholesome experience.
No, I haven't done
that's
that.
my least favorite thing to do.
You got to keep that song cute.
I will.
But hover over that play triangle.
But I think that is great. You got to have those experiences. Like you just hang out on weekends. It like refuels you. It makes you like that's what life's about. You're supposed to have those moments. This is a moment.
Coming this summer.
Wholesome moments. Alex is hanging out with his friends.
You know, but no, I totally get what you're saying though, because if like I went over like no one's gonna want to know, because when somebody asks me that question and they're just asking me for conversation, there's so many extraneous details that they're not gonna give two shits about.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be like, all right, I hung out with my friend in Connecticut. What'd you guys do? It's like, do you really want to know? I don't think you do.
Care?
Yeah, exactly.
It's they're asking you that out of like pure panic attack. I think
like
they're filling up their water bottle at the bubbler, and it's just like, how was your weekend? Like because if they don't ask you how your weekend was, they're a prick. Like
right, exactly.
If you weren't asked how your weekend was on a Monday or maybe a Tuesday, if they didn't see you on Monday. Excuse me? You're supposed to... No, your job's the Macklemore
Your job
song
is Macklemore.
for this podcast.
I'm the cat
Alex
person.
is the cat guy. No, you can't have two cat people. No, that's why Cats was a bad movie. So you gotta have Macklemore. Put that back. Thank you. And we'll continue with the story.
Stay in your lane. Know your place.
There's roles to a team. You're going to performance review. Fucking damn. No, but I think that's what we look forward to. Like that's what we've been building.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we'll go down to Maine or something like that, or you know.
It's great. It takes us a long time though, because going to Maine, going south from here is just you got to go around the whole globe.
South?
You said go down to Maine. That's hard to get there from here.
That pisses me off.
Oh
When people like, if you're
God.
going north, you're going up. If you're going south, you're going down. Because everybody knows north is up.
Oh my God! Just play a cat. Damn it! Okay,
I love
going
how,
up
I
to
love
Maine.
Matt's just like trying to like be, like pontificating and like try to like it just keeps getting shot down.
So terrible.
Matt, I'm listening to you. I'm not the one playing actual cat sounds.
No.
Not MIDI cat.
But like, that's what I like in life. I think there are too many people that are trying to like make those moments insignificant. It's like if you're not going across the globe, if you're not doing something unbelievable, then you're not living. And I think that's what social media culture has been.
Well, yeah, because then you got people
poisoning
like
people.
Well, yeah, because then you got people suffering literally from FOMO, which might as well be like a medical condition at this point.
Yeah,
I think FOMO is gonna be like a new mental illness.
That's gonna be a diagnosable condition.
Yeah.
It
Like,
has to be.
like you have PTSD, and you have like shell shock that came out after World War One.
Yeah.
Now you have FOMO, and it's not from a war.
No, it's from scrolling
It's
through
from
Facebook.
fucking scrolling through Facebook
Right,
and
because-
Instagram.
Yeah, because you're lying in bed at like 9 o'clock at night, and this is why like I don't ever use Facebook. You're just seeing all these people, like everybody's always smiling, everybody's always somewhere having a great time, but it's really tough to snap yourself out of the fact that this is a small, like infinitesimally small percentage of that person's life.
Exactly.
It's like that picture is staged, it's posed, it's like, yeah, they could be in Aruba or something, but I mean, it's like everybody got together to have this one picture, but that's not the entire trip.
It's so perfect the way you said that.
Thank you.
Yes. I can't stand it. I'm tired of being judged by like places you've been kind of thing.
Well,
You're like,
here's another thing. It's I don't mean to cut you off, but
no,
it's like,
yeah.
it's not how many places you've been, but it's like what you get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you could be the type of person that goes to Europe and you go there to experience the culture. You go to try some new food. You go to like meet some people, talk to the locals. Or you could be the person that just goes just to say that they've been and like they stick to like just the things that they're comfortable with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
There are, I mean, we've heard this from a couple of our friends. I mean, do we even name names on this? No. People that we are friends with that
Yeah, that's all
we
you gotta
hang
say.
out with go on these trips and like take note of the restaurants in the area. They take notes of the sights you're gonna see.
They appreciate it.
They appreciate it. Like, and it's not like, oh, it's Eileen Tower Pizza. It's like, no, they went to like specific places, what they're known for. Like, it's a
See what I'm saying?
family-owned thing for like centuries at this point in Europe. You're getting a taste of the culture. Like, they're specifically finding the culture of whatever place they're traveling to.
That's the way you gotta do it. Like, find the best restaurants. Like,
That's
you know,
a
thinking
huge
about
part
like
of it.
Rome or something like that. Like, when I went, I had gelato 4 times in 3 days or something like that, and I would have had it more if I was there longer.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like you gotta find all the best places for, you know, the different local cuisines or whatever.
Last time I was in France, my friend who lives over there, she took me and my buddy to like this tiny ass restaurant in Toulouse where you have to like walk downstairs underneath the building to get to it. The restaurant sat like literally 10 people.
Jesus.
But it's like that's the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's experiences you're not going to get anywhere else. I think that's what you're specifically looking for. And I think there's that list of things versus the BuzzFeed list of things.
Don't even get me started on BuzzFeed. We'll be here for like 3
I
hours.
know. But like,
Which Harry Potter house do you belong in?
God.
If you were a Disney princess,
Well,
take this short quiz.
Oh my God. Like, what princess are you? It's like, but
Here's
people.
what Cardi B looks as each Disney princess. I'm pretty sure that was an actual article too.
She's like in jail. It's
Her
like,
tongue's always sticking out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, oh, it's Cruella DeVille again. Like, well, that's not really a Disney
Oh
princess.
man, well it's a Disney villain. I mean that's a quiz too. Which Disney villain are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be anything to do with Disney.
Okay. I can't fucking stand Disney. I'm sorry. Like,
No, I'm done. I'm done.
I-
Tapped out.
I think there are too many ideas. Like, it's like they've run out of ideas. Sorry. That's what I meant to say.
It's just fucking phony now.
It's
It's
just-
just so forced. Like,
It's,
I hate those commercials where you have like the ideal family and they're going. There's like fucking Tinkerbell's dropping her fairy dust all over the place. Do you know how expensive magic is these days?
like $1,000 per cubic yard.
And they keep making it worse.
The DOT says.
Like,
Well, like, I just
Supply
think
chain shortages will get you I mean, nobody's
right,
immune.
exactly.
I just think they've run out of ideas. Like, you're watching this movie, right? And it's like this girl's in her backyard, and she like, you know, the hose starts talking to her, and it's just like it's just
sorry,
no,
I wasn't
no,
counting.
okay, no, like the hose starts talking to her, and it's like, oh, Princess Tiara, how are you doing?
Tiara.
And it's like the hose is just spraying her in the face, and it's just like, I need help. I need you to help me get to the house and spin me on the wheel.
This sounds like a Disney porno.
No, it is, and no, but it's just like, and she has to like, and she has to spin the thing, and like the hose is singing to her, and they're just like, you wound me up, and it's just like this
And
thing.
you made me spray.
You made me up. You made me spray, and I covered your face, and it's just like this thing, and it's like,
There we
it's
go.
just like it's, and then this summer, this girl's gonna realize she's the princess of the backyard.
I love how you gave her the name Princess Tiara because like
That's what she'd
wear.
like Princess Tiara's gonna realize her face is gonna get covered, and it's just like this. She has to help the hose, and it's like it's yeah. There's like other shit. Like I don't know, but that could be it. It's like they run out of ideas.
She's rolling up the hose in one of those coil things. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and it's just like, I'm in the treehouse, and it's like the treehouse is there, and it's like, you
treehouse sings
are
too.
in me. It's like,
Yeah, it's definitely a porn.
Wow, yeah.
What song is this?
I don't know. I don't know why this keeps going down this app. The treehouse
It's-
is in her. The
it's-
hose is spraying all over
Well,
her face.
that's what these movies are, though.
Pornos.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm telling you, Aladdin.
What about it, Matt?
What?
I don't know.
I could say non sequiturs too.
Yeah, I just gotta say,
What?
let it go.
No, that song.
Wow.
That song's so bad.
I really gotta go pee, by the way.
Yeah,
You guys
that's
keep
fine.
Keep talking about Let It Go.
I will.
Well, I mean, you'd be the expert on that, and then if you're gonna go pee,
Oh yeah, because if you're not gonna hold it.
let it go. Exactly.
Oh! I'm not about to let it go all over your carpet.
Let's go! This fall, Alex had to pee. You can pause that. The Stream, rated PG-13.
Streaming live.
Streaming on Disney Plus.
Streaming live.
It's gonna be a heavy flow this fall. Alex T. Terrible. I could make.
It's the worst.
I know. It is pretty relieving.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens when we don't pause the podcast. We
Yeah,
just keep going.
you get all
when
this
when
just
one of the
random
characters is
bullshit.
gone.
The characters. That's what we're reduced to now.
Yeah,
Characters.
we are characters.
Mm.
So,
Or something puppet master or something.
because we've been. So I guess getting back to the how Alex is doing, we could talk about like life events with us
Mm-hmm.
since July. Holy shit!
How many times have you almost died?
Once.
Ah, it's a little more than me.
Well, so we we moved in January together, or I moved into Val's place in January, which is pretty
So
good.
technically, you did make the first move.
I did make the first move.
That's all.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go, folks.
I'm back from the bathroom.
Yes,
Mhm.
with a fresh beer that I don't have anymore. I would absolutely love one of those cream things.
Kind of looks like a urine sample.
Oh, so this goes in perfectly with that story, by the way.
I heard you talking about me going to the bathroom rated PG-13.
Yeah,
Just like PP-13.
heavy flow. That's what we were calling it.
Flow. Not even flow.
It's like no heavy flow. The songs by fucking Pearl Jam instead of even flow.
That's, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Heavy flow.
Oh God. Was it a tampon commercial?
Where's the bottle opener?
Yeah, it's not a twist off.
Heavy fall. Gonna be a long week. We gotta get those pads. Gotta get between the knees. Knees.
Let's go to a karaoke night and
I
summon
know,
those
this is
lyrics.
actually about a period. Oh, that's great.
Oh, wow.
So we moved nice. That's great. We moved in January,
Yes.
and then they're not gonna know if that's like urinating or like a beer flowing. Into
Spoil the mystery.
Theater of the mind.
Look how much foam you got there.
Excellent. That's like a 5-finger head. Oh my god.
That is bad.
Excellent.
Good job.
I thought the more head, the better.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say. So, holy shit. February.
Yeah. February.
Have a stressful day.
Yeah.
Have to get a prescription.
Mm-hmm.
I go to CVS, get my prescription, come back. It's during lunch. I don't have enough time to eat, so I'm like, I'm gonna get a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich thing.
Delicious.
So I go to Dunkin' Donuts because every person in fucking Massachusetts is so obsessed with Dunkin' Donuts. Or Dunkin', because they got rid of the word donuts
on
all of their signs.
That pisses me off.
It's a pink apostrophe. Like, you don't even notice the pink anymore. It's just orange.
Dunkin's just some dude's name.
Yeah. Like,
Dunkin'.
It could be Duncan Hines. You don't even know.
Imagine.
Well, there's a C.
What the fuck are you supposed to dunk now?
Yeah.
I mean, Duncan Hines would be alright. You just walk in nothing but cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want breakfast cake. But basically...
Egg and cheese on chocolate cake.
Yeah. So I would sadly still
I was gonna say that actually
I would
like
actually eat that.
like on a brownie.
Yeah.
You
So
can have that.
I get back home.
Yes.
Oh no, I get to the Dunkin' Donuts and I was like, "Hi, could I have a bacon, egg, and cheese and everything big?"
I walk in the
They
Donuts.
said
I didn't
no,
buy
go fuck
anything.
yourself.
I walk out.
I went home. They didn't have everything bagels.
Bastards.
How do you not have everything bagels? It's the most popular bagel.
That's
out
why it's not. That's why they didn't have it.
Yeah.
You got it too late.
Yeah.
You missed
Like,
it.
what'd they do? Like, run out? Like, 100?
I
10?
would say that's a very
Well,
accurate
no, they-
assessment of what happened.
I hate
They
to
did
spoil,
run-
I hate to
Exactly
spoil the magic
what
map.
happens.
go.
They run out.
I hate to spoil the magic map, but they don't make those bagels there.
I know.
It's a big old dump truck of bagels they get every morning.
Yeah.
They run out of everything. Tough shit.
They get shot in on that fucking shit launcher from the game. It's just a bagel cannon.
Wait, can I just speak of a t-shirt can?
Yeah, go for
This
it.
is just something stupid my friend said, but I was at a Celtics game on Friday night. They're doing the t-shirt cannon thing. My buddy leans over to me. "Joke's on you, it's full of rocks." I was fucking dying.
Like, where would they even get the rocks? It's in TD
They're
Garden.
bundled up in the t-shirt.
Do a potato cannon.
Get ready to catch. Boom.
Get ready to eat shit.
Ah!
By
Shit and die.
Hasbro. So I get back to my computer and I bite into this bagel, and within a second,
Multi-grain bagel.
oh yeah, oh sorry, we keep deviating.
Deviant
I'm gonna restart the
septum.
story. I go to
A bunch of deviants.
I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I ask for the thing. They say they don't have everything bagels. They say they have multigrain bagels or cinnamon raisin. I'm not getting cinnamon raisin.
Good choice.
So I got multigrain. I thought that would be.
Well, sorry.
I thought it'd be similar, or similar to an everything. I don't know. I get back. I take one bite of this thing, and my throat just like instantly, like someone stabbed me, like severe pain, like right in the
Jugular.
yeah. I don't know.
The neck
some
region.
area.
You were motioning to your neck.
I'm trying to like describe
the
it
throatal
by
region.
feeling it.
Right under the chin.
So I was like, oh, I'm getting really bad heartburn, I guess. So I took a Tums. I go to the bathroom, I grab a Tums, I chew it, nothing's happening. And I'm just like, shit. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm afraid of throwing up. I don't want to throw up. In the past, I have had allergy medication that has helped with stomach issues. Maybe this is a thing. Maybe I'm like slightly allergic to something. I don't know what's in this thing. So I take a Benadryl. Barely get this thing down. Like my throat's closing on me. Which should have been like a clear sign of what was happening.
My throat's closing on me, said Matt as he chuckled.
Yeah. Mad as he chuckled blissfully. But
My throat.
my throat is Closing. So I get back to the table, and I take another bite of this thing because I'm hungry, and my throat's closing even more. I can still talk and I can still breathe. It was odd. I call my aunt up, who's a nurse, and I was like, okay, I can't get my food down. It is literally stuck. As I'm talking to you, there is food in my throat that like isn't going down. Ugh. And she's like, I think you have diverticulitis. And I was like, there's no... what the fuck are you talking? There's no way I have diverticulitis.
What is that, first of all?
It's this thing in your intestines. Oh. If you have severe pain in your intestines, it's like, basically, if you have like... say like a seedy thing, like an everything bagel, and you get like a sesame seed, and you're trying to process that through your small intestine,
and that one little
seed the seed gets stuck in the intestine, and then it fills up with water, and it's a severe pain.
How does the seed get stuck?
Because it's not like that's why it's a little seed. It gets stuck in the grooves.
Oh, I see.
Because it moves like a caterpillar's legs as food processes.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
So I told Val, I was like, we gotta go to the hospital. By this point, I have no energy. I can barely breathe. She goes upstairs, gets me some clothes, because since I'm working from home... He wears butt naked. I'm dressed like a complete asshole. And we get to the hospital, 10 minutes away. I walk in there. And I'm like, hi, I have chest pain and I can't swallow. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I didn't know I was allergic to something.
So they said fill out this form
first? No, they're interviewing me in the room, and they're just like, well, what have you been up to recently? I was like, I ate a bagel. Like, fuck, just give me something. Like,
give me the good
so they put me in this room, and they give me, like, a nurse that's training. Like, a training ER nurse, not like a doctor.
Sure.
And she was like, when you normally wear your necklace, do you get like a red rash around your neck with like hives? I was like, no. Why the fuck would I continue to wear that? Like every day, it's like, how do my hives look today?
I've almost got the skin on my neck to grow over the necklace. They're almost one.
Tell me how vibrant the red is. Like, no, I don't do that. So I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. And she's like, oh, pee into this cup. We can test it for, like, a kidney stone or something. So, like, the first thing she said was correct. Fucking allergies. I'm peeing in this cup as, like, I'm, like, losing all of my strength and breathing abilities. That would be such an embarrassing way to die, by the way. Like, how'd you die? I was peeing in a cup. Like, they're interviewing you.
You have the cup in your hand and you just fall forward.
That'd be quite the interview, though.
Yeah. Like,
how'd you die?
I was urinating in a cup and died.
They told me to pee in this
How
cup.
are you talking to me now? Don't even worry about it.
So I get back. They're like, okay, you're allergic to something in there.
No shit.
They give me epinephrine. They give me
another bagel,
a steroid, and all this other stuff. Pepsid. It's like a cocktail for bring you back to life. This thing was ridiculous. It was like an ice wave going up my arm and into my chest, and I just like felt alive after having this thing. Wow. It just felt like I got shocked by electricity or something.
Like the old defibrillator?
Yeah.
Clear.
Like, came back instantly. Like, it was weird because, like, my whole body was starting to itch, and my breathing was getting worse, and my throat was closing up. I went to bed, woke up, and I was, fine after that. Now, leading up to this, I probably should have started with that. Val and I went out and found an engagement ring at Barmakian Jewelers. This podcast is brought to you by Barmakian Jewelers.
Well, they don't wave
in Nashua, New Hampshire. Oh my god,
that was jeez,
wow!
Matt almost knocked over his beer. Ruined this lovely tablecloth.
So I'm trying to think of like how to propose to Val.
Because the ring has been sitting in my closet for like 6 weeks at this point.
So I'm like, it would make a lot of sense. She's very close with her parents. I'm gonna have her parents over.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna do dinner. And
Honestly, that's a good thing.
Thank you,
We haven't needed the
we
cat
haven't
sound
needed the
effect in
cat
a
sound
while.
in a while.
That's okay.
So I was like, Val, when are we gonna
Let's have your parents over.
when are we gonna have your parents over for dinner? Do you want
In-
to have them over this week?
In fairness, they did go up to Maine a bunch.
They did go up to me.
So that
So
did factor in.
me asking this question lasted about a month. Finally, on February 6th, we were able to get something for February 6th. And I was like, okay, I'll ask that night. February 2nd is when I had anaphylaxis, and I'm sitting there like peeing in a cup, not breathing, like, oh my god, my fucking engagement ring's like in my closet. I didn't even ask. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, they're gonna find me with my pants down, like peeing in a cup, and it's like he was gonna marry her, and it's just like, oh no. So I'm just sitting there like, I have to live. Like, I can't let this happen to me. I need to ask. So, yeah, Sunday, that following Sunday on the 6th, we were, having a good night with her parents. We made you made that pot roast.
Mm-hmm. Completely winging it.
An oven pot roast, not the crock pot one that we're doing.
I'm sorry,
What?
Matt. What was that? What is that device called?
Crock pot. I burped. Get out. You heard me
You
burp.
said
You
cockpot!
heard me burp. How'd you turn it on that fast?
I don't know. I think I must.
That's
cockpot.
bullshit.
That's what you get
That's
for cockpot.
bullshit.
Okay, let's take a vote. Who heard cockpot?
I heard cockpot.
Okay, well, I said I burped. So, anyways, I proposed that night. And February 6th, we became engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Yes. So, we're going to get married next year.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Clink.
That was a good one. That was like a hearty clink.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Save that for the soundboard.
It's going to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So unreal, this incredible series of events happening between these two podcasts. Like, past the PE, moving in, almost died, survived, engaged, and then just casual shit after that.
Yeah.
That's basically what we've been up to.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about, though. Like, going back to what we were saying earlier, those are all, like, major life events.
It's exhausting. It really is.
It sucks.
No, it's good. But, like, no, it's exhausting, though. It's just, like, it's a lot of stuff, like, a lot of planning.
But it's funny, though, like even with the ring, first place we went, like, we had a bunch of places planned to go look, and, we figured it would take a couple weekends and stuff. First place, within an hour, we found it. So we're just like...
It was like the
okay.
third ring that you looked at.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, yeah, no, this is the one.
Yeah. We were like, oh, I like this one. But let's try on a couple more, just in case.
Pull the trigger.
And then it came down to the end, like we'd kind of looked through them all, and we were talking about the stones and stuff, and we were
like,
just
some of those rings are super flimsy. Like, they're really flimsy. Like, her ring weighs a lot.
Like it's heavy.
A couple of pounds.
Like,
ooh, oh,
like,
wow.
Doesn't that have good weight
That
to it?
actually kind of surprised me when you dropped it in my hand there.
Yeah.
Like, that thing, because we were talking to the guy, and it's like, okay, Val works in a lab.
Yep.
She's handy. Like, you do shit around the house, like building stuff. You're going to hit something with the ring. You want it to survive. Like, some of those rings, it was, like, barely on there.
You whacked that on, like, a door frame or something?
Gone. So...
There goes that little diamond, which is, thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
She goes.
Sucks up by the vacuum.
Sorry, we didn't get... The only song we have licensed on this podcast is the Macklemore song.
These cat noises.
This summer,
She lost her
ring, but she got it back
by going through the vacuum bag.
going through the vacuum bag. No. Other than that, it's been like... I've been very proud of hobby stuff. Because I'm making a cartoon. I have all my characters rigged and animated. You can just plop them in there.
Plop.
Plop. We're doing backgrounds now. We have half the backgrounds done. Like,
Fun stuff.
it's just cool. Like, I reconfigured my drum set. One of my friends came over, was like, I know why you're frustrated with the drum set. Your setup sucks. Basically,
Is
had
it just not like?
they were all tight. It was like you walk into the throne and you sit down on the throne and you're like in the middle of your drum set, and everything was just like so compact. I couldn't get comfortable hitting any of the pads.
Yeah, you felt a little bit just like, I guess for lack of a better word, claustrophobic. Like
Yeah.
you didn't feel like you could spread out.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah,
I
so
gotcha.
I removed a couple of the toms, which are drum pads. I have an electronic drum set, so that's why I'm calling them pads. And I got rid of a crash cymbal. And I just reoriented stuff to be more comfortable, and now I enjoy playing it more.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that, like, just doing a bunch of other things. It's been nice.
That's great. Yeah, no, for our listening audience, like Matt's always wanted to put out a cartoon, and to see him get so far along in the process is just really awesome to see.
Thank you very much.
So
I appreciate that.
I'm very excited to see what the finished product is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets uploaded to this channel.
It
just
will.
Even a test animation or something like that.
It probably will.
Yeah, exactly. And then I could also put my shitty music out in this channel too. But I also dabble in music, much like Matt with the drum set there. I've been playing piano since high school. I do arrangements of songs, mostly like classic rock and shit. But I have had a backlog of songs that I've arranged that I've been meaning to record for years. And now that I'm finally living in my own place, I have the opportunity to do that. Unfortunately, I'm much too much of a perfectionist, and I'm just having a difficult as shit time recording stuff.
This gets into what we were talking about with being kind to yourself. We are too fucking hard on ourselves to be like to create this perfect product. It's hampering. That's putting it kindly. It eliminates anything you're gonna do.
It's very detrimental. I actually had someone say that to me earlier this week. I was talking about like recording stuff and like I'm like a master of damning my own creations. It's like you've heard how poorly I've talked of my YouTube channel that I ran all those years.
Yeah.
But so I'm talking about just recording stuff and like the like my like shoddy home studio that I got going on, and this person was just like, well, can't you just hit re-record? And I'm like, well,
yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing with the cartoons. It's like I'm afraid to draw something shitty, and you were like, just hit Control Z.
Yeah.
Like, instantly done.
Exactly. And it's not like it's a test or something where they, like, once you finish, they yank the paper away. Like,
right, exactly.
You can redraw it.
Yeah.
It's almost like, it's like what happens with me is like, let's say I sit down, let's say I've been practicing like a song I've been working on like all day, and I'm super confident with it. As soon as I hit that record button, I get stage fright. I'm by myself. Hell, my neighbor's not even home.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just freeze up. And like, I'm also one of those people to
You're
where...
your biggest critic.
Exactly. I'm also one of those people where if I sat down and like, if I was to just sit down and play something for both of you right now, you'd be like, that was great. Like, that's amazing. And I know you wouldn't be talking out your asses. Like, you genuinely mean that.
Yeah.
But me, on the other hand, I know every time I mess something up, even if it's the most minor infraction.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. Like, being a perfectionist, being type A is like, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it's gotten me this far in life, but it's also a curse because
I can't enjoy anything.
Right.
That's what they say, though, like, especially with music and stuff like that. Like, a lot of times you're the only one that knows you messed up.
Right, exactly.
No one else hears
Exactly. And it's like, I'm always worried that when I go to record something, that's going to be the definitive version, when that's like bullshit. You know, it's like you hear stories about Chopin, he would work weeks and weeks on just a single bar of music to get it just right.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, I'm not him, but, you know, well, it's like the same idea.
And it's impossible to be that on that level, too, because you think about artists from the past, like, the Sistine Chapel, right? Like, what was that, like 3 decades of work? Like, fuck, you know, you're trying to do something on a weekend that sounds cool because, like, you're not working, you know, you have, like, a free day.
Michelangelo's on his fucking back painting all these, like, perfect pictures of the human form.
He's, like, training, like, 35 apprentices at the same time. It's just, like, that's, like, a life's work. And you know, this took years of therapy, and it took years, like, we were talking about it. You know, I've talked to Val about it. I've talked to Alex about it. It's just being kind to yourself. It'd be like, my therapist said this. What would you say to a friend who was going to show this to you? Say that to yourself. Like, stop being your own critic. Because like, cut yourself some slack. Like, I drew this character. Yes, it does not look like fucking Batman, the animated series. That would be incredible because they had 45, 100 people working
They
on
had
it.
a team. This is literally just you working on this.
Yeah. So, I've got this shitty cartoon, but they look cool. They make sense. When you see it, it'll make sense. Their personalities are on their shirt in the form of emojis. They make fun of social cultures. It's great. But that's what it'll be. It'll be like home movies from Adult Swim. Like, it's just shitty fucking artwork. But it's about, like, random things you've encountered in life.
The show's way ahead of its
Relatable.
time, by the way.
Yeah. You, as long as you can relate to something, the quality's not, like, doesn't matter. I will say that relatability is the biggest thing possible in any kind of art form. Like, you could have, like, this beautiful show, and the writing just sucks.
Well,
You can't do it.
I mean, hell, it's like there's plenty of movies out there that are visually intriguing, but they're just kind of, at the end of the day, they're soulless, and the writing sucks, and like
Avatar.
Yeah.
Is that
yes.
not like a perfect example of it? Like,
Yeah, not The Last Airbender, but Blue People, that one.
yeah.
I
Like,
haven't seen it.
you haven't seen Avatar?
Good.
I have it over there.
No, don't waste your time.
I won't waste your time.
Well, it was one of those things it gets so hyped up that it turns me like super against it. Like it's
That's
just
why I
it's
didn't
just
like
like
Game of Thrones.
Honest,
yeah.
don't. You know, God, I watched the first 3 episodes of that show, and my body physically rejected it. I felt like I needed a notepad, I needed a cheat sheet, I needed to
You one of those like
track.
serial killer maps on your
Right,
on
with
your
all
wall
the,
with all
the strings and the push pins and the pictures.
Yeah.
And everybody told me, it's like everybody had like the same pre-recorded responses. Like, oh, well, you need to watch with somebody who's already watched it. Or, oh, you need to read about the characters before you watch the show.
No, I tried to do that before I watched it,
Like,
and it
that
was
was
horrible.
I want to sit down and enjoy the show. I don't want to have to... Like, this is turning into a history project
Yeah,
about shit that doesn't matter.
I'm too
it doesn't
stupid
exist.
to understand this show.
It's not that
I'm
you're-
just gonna say that.
It's not that you're too stupid, but, like, you have a life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I tried reading that first
Also,
book.
spoilers: the ending sucked.
Oh,
Thank you.
I've heard.
But like
The show sucked.
But like the book, every fucking chapter is a different character.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, okay, I'm really used to reading like one fucking character. Not 45 fucking characters. You have to track character growth for 45 characters.
This is
I don't
what
know
I'm saying. Like,
how the
I
shit this book was written.
I
I
don't
don't know how the
want...
show was produced.
Exactly. I don't want to have to like take notes and like have a cheat sheet or have like a fucking Sherpa guide walking me through the show.
Yeah.
Because that's basically like everybody I've talked to makes it sound like that. And like if you're watching it by yourself, you're screwed. You have to talk to other people about
Yeah.
it.
You have to digest the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And it's not easily digestible.
so
No.
this is why I purposely avoided it, because if you watch an episode, you can't just like go to bed after it and be like, "Oh, that was a great episode of Game of Thrones. I'm gonna go to
Right.
bed now,"
Yeah.
and then wake
You
up
gotta
tomorrow.
see
or
what
whatever.
happens.
You gotta like talk to 15 people about this show. Just be like, "Do you see what happened when this happened?" And it's like this. You have to have like an intense dialogue.
You know, it's funny you say
Too
that.
much.
It is too much, but it's funny you say that because so when I was studying abroad and like Game of Thrones was still premiering, like we had this one big group chat on WhatsApp of like all of us that were studying abroad, you know, in case we needed to actually talk about like study abroad related things.
Yeah.
But most people would use that group chat to talk about Game of Thrones as it premiered. And
God
it was like
damn it.
it was like so there'd be days where my phone was like I had to put the chat on mute. My phone was like blowing up message after message about like Game of Thrones related bullshit. It was like a bunch of old ladies talking about their soaps. And
Oh
it was
my
Yeah.
god.
it was like the music in this scene was just incredible. Like I couldn't get over like the editing and everything. Could you believe that so and so did this? God fucking damn it. And then the funny thing is like these weren't even the funny thing is that these weren't even like these weren't even like nerdy kids talking about it. It's like these were what you would deem to be the cool kids, and they were like slaves to this show.
Ridiculous. Terrible. I just can't get into that kind of shit.
And it gets hyped up so much, too. It's like, again, I only watched the first 3 episodes, but it was... Some of the characters just genuinely annoyed me, to which people would say, yeah, but they're supposed to annoy you. No, you don't understand. You know when you watch a movie and, like, someone plays a villain, but they do a damn good job at it, and you hate them?
Yeah.
That's different. It's like there's a difference between being, like, a hateable villain, like you're doing a good job playing the role, and just an obnoxious character that I want to turn the show off. Like, there's a clear difference between those two things. But I felt the obnoxious part with some of the characters in Game of Thrones. It's like, why am I wasting my time with this?
I can't stand it. I can't stand getting told to watch the show. I can't stand, like, how I'm a social deviant for not watching the show. Like, I'm an outcast. It's like sushi.
Mm. All I remember from kindergarten is making swords to play Ninja Turtles.
I remember
out of, like, those interlocking blocks.
Ninja Turtles. So basically, there's. I gotta do this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
There's.
Should I get the cat ready?
No, like,
yes.
You know when, like, you have to take a shit so bad, it's just like.
If we're gonna go down this road.
No. You know when you have to take a
okay.
shit so badly, it's just like popping in and out, like the head of a turtle,
prairie dog,
like the head of a turtle.
Yeah.
That's called Ninja Turtle.
No, it's not.
So basically, this song. So we play this. If you have to take a shit, you play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song.
You run to the bathroom.
And you're, like, sprinting to the... Val's dying over here. That's what happens. Oh,
I've never heard that. I've heard turtling. I've heard prairie dog in it. I've never heard Teenage Mutant...
Well, it's just a natural progression
It's just
from
a natural
turtling.
progression from turtling. Because I'll walk by her office at, like, 9:30 every day, and I'm just playing the theme song.
I just hear those chords.
You just hear the very quick shuffling of feet.
And that means I have to take a shit.
Yes.
Like,
so then you take a shit.
I got him good once when he was on a meeting.
Yeah, that was solid. I was on a conference call, and she came into the room
and took a shit right there.
And she played the song while she was shitting in front of me. No, but
I hope you both made eye contact the entire time.
Oh, the whole time. Neither one of us blinked.
Let's make it as uncomfortable as possible.
Yeah. That, like, what a great inside joke that is. We were at a dinner. We hosted a dinner party, and they mentioned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And we just looked at each other
and, like,
tried so hard.
Their joke, shit right there.
It's gotten to the point where anybody says turtles, it just
comes right out.
Yeah.
It just dumbles out.
Like, his joke was funny, but I was laughing at the fact that every time we have to take a shit, we'll walk by each other and play that theme song.
That's wonderful.
For the past, like, 2 months.
That's wonderful.
Every single day, twice a day, we hear this song. It's fucking great. But, like, for my mom's birthday, she wanted... Well, she didn't want anything, because she doesn't fucking tell me what she wants for her birthday. What do you want for your birthday? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you don't gotta get me
asshole. Like, tell me what you want. Oh, my God.
You need...
So, like, she likes barrettes. I was like, let's make custom barrettes. So we actually made pretty cool fucking barrettes.
Like,
they came out pretty nice.
A barrette's like a hair clip that has, like, the clicky thing that, like... It's like an artistic clip. It's not like that thing. I mean, I could just show you.
Oh, you mean a barrette?
Oh, you have the pictures.
Is it a barrette? Beret?
Yeah, beret.
No, not a beret. That's a hat.
Oh, whoops.
A barrette's just like this clip that.
Because
goes
when
in
you
your
said
hair.
barrette, I'm thinking a tiny bar.
No, that's what it's called though. So these are them. I mean, I'm showing him a picture of the things that I made for my mom.
And them are these.
It's just like those hair clips with the long metal silver thing with like a flower on it. So the top one, as you can see, has lots of sea turtles on it. And now every time she wears this, I'm gonna think of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
which makes you think of shit.
Like, what do you think of this? Like, well, I gotta take a shit.
Really gotta take a shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch you like Pavlovian condition yourself. So let's say you're sitting down with a bunch of friends just watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. My couch is gonna be ruined.
It's like that comfort thing. It's like you get to like a one comfortable space and you're just like, oh, I could really take a shit right now. That song just does.
What is that suspicious stain on the couch?
What is that?
Oh, I gotta
You
pee
smell
again.
it?
I also have to urinate, but I won't leave yet. No, I'm not.
I'll just go
pausing.
right here.
Things we found on the internet. George texted me
Uh-huh.
a photo. When you eat oatmeal every day, this is what happens. Alex, we got my friend into the texting things, so he just sent me one.
Ugh.
When you eat oatmeal every day, this is what happens.
Oh my god.
Can we share some of these? Do you have any of these ready? Because I've been preparing these. I will say I have been preparing these.
No, that's good. I'm glad you have, so we're not sitting here just floundering going like, I saw this really good one.
This really good one is Dad gives birth to a boy. 4 weeks later, doctor tells him he's still pregnant. The fuck? And it's just like a guy looking at a picture of this baby.
He's looking at the actual baby,
That's
I think.
hilarious. God damn it. This was a great one. Squirrel taps on a window every day. 8 years later, they find out why. The fuck would they do? Like, 8 years later, man finds a giant rocket in the forest. Mouth falls wide open when he sees what's inside.
They were expecting a girl. Doctor sees scan and calls cops. Turn this off.
Dog won't leave car dealership. Then salesman checks the trunk.
Man grabs crab before realizing what it really is.
Oh my god. Man finds crocodile in need. You won't believe what he found inside.
Oh, this one's really a cliffhanger. This one ends with an ellipses. When Mike, 38, saw these strange holes in the forest, he only had... That's where it ends.
Always put a plastic bottle on your tires when you're parked. Here's why.
4 warning signs of a dying liver. Number 2 is scary.
Squirrel taps on a window daily for 8 years until the dad follows him and sees why. It's the same plot, but it's 2 different pictures.
Photos in brackets. Little boy gets on bus, then driver sees his feet and calls police.
Police finds tunnel inside KFC. They stop cold when they realize who's on the ... and that ends it there.
NASA's Voyager 2 has entered deep space, and it brought scientists to their knees.
That's such a good, like, classic ending.
I know.
Puppy gets returned for the 11th time to the same shelter. Then the staff realizes, and it's a woman, like, smiling next to the dog, like she's banging it. Like, the fuck are you doing?
Woman looks for shoe but finds something very different under her bed.
This is...
A lot of these I have are visual, so I'm going to do my best to do this one justice. Mm-hmm. Top heart surgeon. This simple trick helps empty your bowels, and it's literally a picture of somebody washing off an egg. Or, diabetes will kill you. Do this to stop it. And it's a picture of somebody tucking a shallot under their pants next to their ankle.
Jesus Christ. Teacher cuts girl's hair. Has no idea who the dad is. Man grabs crab before realizing what it really is.
I saw that one.
You just called it a fucking crab.
Well, it's not really.
They were expecting a girl. Doctor sees the scan. They're like ultrasounding her. Calls the police.
I already said that one.
Well, it was called the police, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except it was called cops, not police.
Oh.
Does yours say police?
Yeah.
Wow, same plot.
Pregnant cat gives birth, but vets realize those were not kittens. She sticks a rose stalk into a potato, and look what happens a week later.
There's a picture of some really oddly shaped trees, If you see trees shaped like this, run away as fast
Oh
as
yeah, I love that
That one.
I love that one.
Put dish soap on your glasses every morning. Here's why.
Pour hydrogen peroxide down your drain at night. Here's why.
Married couple struggles to conceive. They discover they're twins.
That's one of my favorite ones too.
Oh my god.
Put baking soda around the base of a tomato plant. Here's why.
Pour vinegar on your garden. Watch what happens.
It all does.
It fucking dies. Holy shit. Okay, so we have an endless stockpile of these things.
NASA's Voyager 2 has entered deep space, and it brought scientists to their knees.
Matt, I said that one already.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
God damn it.
Are you paying attention?
No, I'm not. Americans in Pepperell with credit card debt could be in for a big surprise. It's like a cardboard sign inside of a cave that doesn't go anywhere.
Bye-bye credit card debt. I love it when they just very clearly insert the name of the town. You almost wish like it was in brackets. Like, this one company in Pepperell, Mass. has discovered a clever trick to make them rich.
Which made them drop to their knees.
Of course, because everybody's always dropping to their knees.
I've never dropped to my knees out of like a surprising thing. It's like, oh, I'm pregnant. Congratulations. I've never like fallen to my knees.
Well, you wouldn't be the one pregnant.
I know. Well, that guy was pregnant.
Well, if you were the one that got pregnant, I would drop to my knees.
Fucking 4 weeks later,
Still
he was pregnant again. Yes.
And then he dropped to his knees.
Put a bag on your car mirror when traveling alone. Always place Coca-Cola on your wheels when traveling alone. Here's why.
Imagine how much of an asshole you would look if you have like one of those 2-liter bottles and you're dumping it on your tires.
That's hilarious. It's like I read an article.
Probably clean off your rotors.
I didn't even read the article. I saw the headline.
Wrap your feet in aluminum foil, and a few hours later, you will have this result.
Baked potato feet?
Yes.
Your feet will be hot and sweaty.
Always place a rubber band on your doorknob when you're alone. Here's why.
Okay.
Always place a Ziploc bag on your car mirror when traveling alone. Here's why. Always place a regular bag on your car mirror. I found 3 of these.
No,
They're
you
all,
didn't.
I fucking found.
Please tell me one of them is a paper bag.
One's a paper bag.
Why?
One's a plastic bag.
So you can't.
One's a
fucking
Ziploc
see.
bag. Like these are unbelievable.
Who writes these? Is there just like some robot just churning these out at this point?
It has to be because
It
this
can't
one
be a
says
human.
this one says Serena Williams now owns the Miami Dolphins.
I bet you there's not a shred of truth to that.
I know, but like I'm not even making that up.
There has to be some like AI bot. Like I don't know if you guys remember Chatbot, but it's like that's what's writing these.
It's terrible. I could read more of these, but we'll save them for the next one.
I was gonna say, I feel like we just blew through like 50 of them.
We blew through 50.
We had a pretty solid like back and forth just there.
I know. That was a good segment.
Yeah.
I feel like we could wrap on this, but unless you wanted to keep going.
I mean, I'm good.
I'm good. I have to pee very badly.
You know what this is like? I feel like I just ate a big meal and I'm satisfied. But
Yeah.
I'm not full to the point where I'm like, I need to go throw up.
Exactly. I think this went very well. So, I think...
You just get all dislikes.
the shittiest podcast that can't stay on topic. Like, yeah, thank you. Good podcast. So, I think that wraps it up. This podcast was brought to you by Air when you're looking for a refreshing, breath of life. Just breathe air. It's good. It's a good combination.
I thought you said Air, like the town of Air.
Air,
fuck Air.
air.
Well, they have a good billiards club, though.
The billiards club is great. So if you ever...
When we can go in.
Yeah. Assuming you can actually go play billiards
We
there.
should do that, by the way.
I was just there not that long ago. For anybody listening, the Billiards Cafe in Air, Massachusetts, wonderful spot.
I know.
This program has been brought to you by
By
Billiards.
I don't even remember the name of
the
it.
Billiards Cafe.
Billiards Cafe
Even
in
though
Ayer,
it's
Massachusetts.
even though it's not a cafe at all, it's literally just
It's a bar.
It's a bar with like a billion.
like 15
billiard
pool
tables.
tables and one pool table that's the size of
A pool.
no
Well, that's because it's a snooker table.
snooker. That's what it was.
Snooker.
I want to play that game so badly.
What is that?
So basically,
It's like advanced pool.
it's advanced pool. It's like a 9 by something table.
It's massive.
It's massive. It's like 1.5 times the size of a normal table.
And like there's different colored
You-
balls. And you
you-
gotta shoot them in a certain order.
So you rack the balls. Like you know how you put them in like a normal rack?
And then you cup the balls.
And you just cup the balls and you ask them to cough. And so
And then you say what best rack they
you
are.
have
So
a
turn your
hernia.
head.
Mm.
So all of them are red in that triangle. And there's a couple.
Sounds like a problem.
No, it's a fun game.
I
And
tried not to say anything.
the couple of the balls, there's not blue balls.
Thank God.
So there's
Couple of the
there's a
balls.
couple different balls
And
that are colored,
you have
and
to
you have to
fondle the
hit
balls.
you have to hit a red ball after hitting a colored ball,
Ouch.
and
Ooh.
that's the only way you can get stuff in. You get more points for hitting a certain one. It's very difficult. And it's very
So you're
exciting.
saying
So you can
to
only-
get it in,
Yes.
you have to hit a colored ball with a red ball. You have
Yeah.
to you have to knock 2 balls together.
Yes.
Oh,
So it.
that just
goddamn.
seems cruel.
Oh my god. All right, we're ending this
Yeah,
today.
exactly. Let's
Thank you very much
stop.
for listening to the 3rd episode of What Sock Podcast.
We apologize.
We apologize for the inconvenience.
We hope you enjoyed. We'll be back more frequently now that life has been clearing up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
All right, should we play? Oh, you gotta play the Macklemore sign
Obviously.
to
Yeah,
end this.
exactly.
You better have this
We
cute.
can do a nice fade out.
Yeah. Coming when this thing ends.
If this podcast
No, they
ever
got.
No.
Where's the Macklemore sock?
Jokes.
Hey, hey, hey.